Welcome to Making IT Work, Deep Creek Center's blog for IT professionals committed to using best practices to provide exceptional value for their business clients.
Hi, and welcome to the podcast. Today we're going to begin looking at the different aspects of the ITIL 4 customer journey. Customer journey mapping is a very important technique because it helps us think through all of the interactions that a customer has with us from the time they consider thinking about solving certain types of problems to ultimately being able to realize the value of working together with us. Along the way, the journey has many touch points, and then of course there's the overall impression that your customer gets as they work their way through their lifetime with you. So you'll see at the bottom right away that there's a period of interaction that happens between a customer and a service provider, and it happens across many different stages of the journey. We'll look at each one of these in detail in a future podcast, but today we're going to talk high level about how the journey is structured. It begins, of course, with exploration. Exploration from the customer's side because they have a problem they're trying to solve and they're looking for partners who might be able to help them solve it. Likewise, we as service providers are exploring too. We're looking for customers, people who might be interested in the services we provide, customers who may be able to benefit from our organizational capabilities. At stage 2, we've engaged with them and we begin to have conversations about what it is the customer is trying to accomplish and how we as a service provider might be able to bring to bear various products and services that might be able to help that customer to achieve their outcomes. Notice during the engagement phase that we're not making an offer yet. We're simply trying to understand the customer and their needs, understand their desired outcomes, and how or whether we might be a service provider that can enable those for them. At the offer stage, we provide a proposed solution, including cost and timelines and various aspects of how we plan to solve the problem for the customer, and then go through multiple rounds of negotiation and interaction prior to coming to an agreement together with one another. Once we have an agreement to work together, the process of onboarding begins as we work together with that customer organization, with their individual users, and with our organization as the service provider to bring that organization into working with and using our services. We may also bundle as part of that offboarding them from any existing provider that they may have as well. Once the service is in place, then the next piece of this is to help ensure that the service is being leveraged and used effectively by the customer and that they are in fact achieving the desired outcomes and goals. Ultimately, we want to be able to engage in value-related harvesting to ensure that the customer is realizing value in working with our solutions and that we as the service provider are realizing value in the enablement of the customer's options. So you can see right away that customer journeys may have many different touch points. And what we'll see is that the customer's overall perception of quality may not be related to individual touch points, but to the seamlessness of the overarching journey and their ability ultimately to realize the value that they intended. In future podcasts, we will go through and look at each one of these sections in turn, because each particular phase creates both opportunities and challenges for us as a service provider, as well as for our customers. And we need to well understand how our customers engage with us and how or whether we are making the impression that we want to.
Thank you for joining us today. Deep Creek Center provides consulting and training for businesses around the world. For more information, visit deepcreekcenter.com.